So you're watching me. I want you to see what I can do. God damn you. I push on the shutters to make it open, but they seem jammed. The ledge is wide enough for me to walk on. I don't care that I'm on the second floor and the stone path to the garden is below. If John and Elijah see him, our show is over. He'll hijack all the attention away from Elijah, and John will happily let him do it because he's so obsessed with all his pseudo-detective work in his shed. I couldn't protect Guadalupe anymore either. If the last magician knew I got supplies from her, he would exploit her and the people who need her. I lean into the window to push with my shoulder with all the force I had to make the windows fly open. There's a glowing light by the road. Come out, you coward! I scooped up the pebbles from the gravel path. I threw them out into the distance around me. I hope one gets him right between the eyes. I know you're still here! I want him to fear us, to know that we could take away the power he had over me for so long. John wanted to be his ally, but the last magician doesn't make alliances. I can feel him here, but I don't feel his fear the same way I do in soldiers. Goddamn Santa Ana winds blowing dirt into my eyes, making them sting as I try to keep them open. God damn it! All the lights I set up, now it's completely dark. I stumbled through our garden area, walking around like a zombie with my hands in front of me to feel my way through. The bushes rustled and the spiderwebs stuck to my fingers. I kept feeling my way through, but I didn't know if I was getting any closer to the house. I can't see his face, but I know that tantalizing laugh.
So this is where you've been hiding. Took me quite some time to find you.
Good. I don't want to be found.
I never thought you would be the one to take away my legend status.
That big ego of yours missing fame now? Seems like you don't have any new tricks. Or outfits. Wait, here, it's missing a piece. Take your stupid charm.
Ha! If I didn't leave this on your window, how else would you have known it was me?
Well, you talked this big game about leadership and stand up, fight the man. And then you disappeared. Everyone asked me about you and where you disappeared to.
So you decided to take over? To use what I taught you?
You didn't teach me shit. I covered for you. I cleaned up your mess. I flipped around your words and your shows to make sure that people were entertained. You burned me out and you dropped me, leaving us all out to die when you were supposed to lead us.
That's not how I remember it. You could have come with me through all this.
And hide?
I'm not hiding. It's a strategic retreat.
We're not using your cheap tricks. We've got new material.
You're bluffing.
You used that same trick with the grandfather clock again.
Come back with me. You won't have to live among these streets. Do your home theater show. You can be back in the big leagues with us like the old times. You can be safe. We can be leaders again. Like when they used to adore us, bring us gifts, applause.
It was all a myth last time. And after everything that's happened, everything we did before, it feels so empty now. I can't go back. I have to stay here.
We're about to go big. Your little living room show won't compete with it. We want you back with us. Those two fools are asleep right now. You can come with me and they'd never know.
The thought of leaving John and Elijah, not going back to the living room with all the hopeful faces. It felt like I was abandoning family. Walking with Elijah through the tent cities and bringing people their smiles and watching them become hopeful again tells me our plan is working. And I do like it when John tries to make food for all of us and gives us supplies to make the show run. It feels like the early days before we had fancy cameras, big networks, and private equity. All the homemade gifts of soap, patchwork clothes were so thoughtful compared to the champagne and fancy dinners we had before.
Come back. Be leaders with us.
I was always in the wings before. You're the magician everybody looks up to. You have to run your show without me.
I can't find all those crystals and effects that you used to have.
You can't use them up like batteries anymore. I risked my life for those.
I know you do. No one could help me pull off a show as well as you could. And it's no fun without you pushing back on every decision I make. Don't you miss that?
No. John takes care of that for me.
I wouldn't get too attached to him. You may not see it now, but you'll always be one of us. He never will be.
He came close to me and held out his charm again, his symbol. I shoved his hand away, flinging it up in the air.
I miss that fiery spirit of yours. It's not the same without you. Just tell me when it's showtime and we'll start. Ah, one more thing.
The lights spark back on in the house. The grandfather clock starts chiming again. I turn back to look, but he's gone. I hate you! I better go back before John and Elijah wake up.